Okay. So we want all the data from a table. Okay. So when you want all the data, you say select. Select is the command to read the content, right? Select is the command to read the content from a table. So you say select. Select what? Star. Everything. Select everything. Okay. This is not star. Okay. Select star. That is select everything. Select star from, okay, table name. Now, what is the table name? Table name is in which schema? It is in HR and table name is
HR.
employees. Yeah. HR dot employees. Okay. Now, when you select and run it, you get all the rows and all the columns. Okay. So this is how you get all the data from a table. Okay. But life is not so simple. Okay. Where the challenge comes, where the complexity comes, is when you have to deal with two data from two tables, three tables, four tables, right? So that is one aspect where you are combining and joining two tables to get the data. Okay, that's one. Second aspect is where you don't want all the information. You want information based on your requirement. Okay, I don't want all the rows. I want,
Yeah.
let's say, only first
Some
name.
particular row.
Correct. I want, let's say, um, select. I want first name, comma, last name. So see, I told you that database, okay, the values in the database is case sensitive. So this is case sensitive. This is case sensitive. Case sensitive. Okay, but table name, column names, these are not case sensitive. So the SQL command itself is not case sensitive. Okay, the table name, column name, they are not case sensitive. That means you can write small letter, capital letter, mixed case, everything is fine. But when you are looking at data equal to, content equal to, these are strings, isn't it? First name, last name, email. Okay, even job ID. This one when you're doing, we'll see later. Okay, this one cannot be your, it has to be same case. It cannot be your different cases. Okay, so if I say select first name, comma, last name from, let's say, add email also, comma, okay, from HR dot employees. So now, see, I'm filtering the data based on number of columns that I want to display. Okay.
First
So
name, last name.
when you want to display, when you want to filter on the number of columns, the condition will be on the left side of from. So it must start with select, then something, then from, then something. So if you want to filter the number of columns, those things, conditions you have to add here. If you want to filter based on the rows, that will come after table name. Okay. So let's say I say yes, select star. So I get all the data, right? Now, if I select first name, last name, email from HR employees, I get all the data because I'm not filtering on the rows. So I'll get all the rows, but column is filtered. Okay. So the column is only 3 columns you are getting, not all the columns or 10 columns, right? Because you have filtered on 3 columns here.
Columns only.
Yes. And let's say, okay, now I want to filter on number of rows. So that condition will come after here. So I'll say where. Okay, select from where. Select column names from table name where you give the conditions. Okay, so I say I only want to see people with salary, or I want the details of the first name, last name. Okay, with where salary is greater than, let's say, 7,000. Okay, the salary is greater than 7,000. So you get content or data where salary is more than 7,000. Now, if you see all this data, okay, it is not all the rows, only 44 rows are selected. Okay, we have more than 50 rows, isn't it? I think 108 something rows we have. So only 44 people have salary more than 7,000. That's why we got this. Now, if you want to see the salary, you add the salary column also to the list. Then you will be able to see the salary also. Comma, and the columns are separated using comma. When you have multiple columns, these columns will be separated using comma. So you have it, and then you run it. So see, all these people have salary more than 7,000. Make sense? So this is okay. Um, you'll have queries like this basically. Now here again, you'll have to add multiple conditions and multiple tables, and what you're going to learn is a version of this version. What you see, line number 5. Select specific column names from the specific table or tables, right? Sometimes you might have to select from more than one table, and salary. I mean, one some condition where salary could be something, or department could be something, or title could be something, or you want to see all the people whose name starts with A. So that's a condition which will restrict the number of rows that you get. Correct? Okay. So okay, first name, last name, you got this. Okay. Now let's try to um, create a different version of this. So I want first name and last name to appear together. Okay, not as a separate column, but as the same column. So I'm going to join the content from two columns as one. So okay, in Python you do plus, right? You have one value, you have second value, you say plus. Okay, so if you have let's say first name as f name and last name as l name, you will say print first name f name plus l name. So f name has one first name and l name has last name. You are saying plus, right? To concatenate. In SQL, we have something called as pipe. So I'm going to say first name, okay, this pipe, double pipe, last name. So these two together now will appear as one single column. And let's say rest everything I give as it is. Oops, sorry. Okay. So now when you run it, you see Stephen King, Ina Kocher, okay, Lex Dehan. Now it's supposed to add a semi space in between, isn't it? If you say first name dot last name, okay, the last character of first name and the first character of last name will be put together, right? So here we'll say L name plus space plus F name, right? So same thing here. First name pipe space in single quotation. Here you have to give in single quotation. I'll tell you what is the meaning of double quotation in some time. Okay, single quotation is space. And now when I run this, you see, you got Stephen King, Nina Kocher, etc. Okay. Now let's say I want to rename this. I want to give an alias to it because see the name here appears like this. This doesn't look good, isn't it? This email looks good, salary looks good. This doesn't look good. So I can give an alias. And when you're giving an alias, okay, you don't have to give um, any special character. You simply give the name. I say name, or in caps. So let me give a name also in cap. Okay, so you have this is the actual value that is coming from table, and this is just the alias that I'm giving. Now, when you run it, oops. First name. Why? Yeah, I think I had not selected complete sentence, I guess. So see, I gave alias name, it is not appearing as name. Okay, this is the actual thing. So actual space alias. Okay. Now let's say email, I don't want to appear like this. I want email to appear as email ID. Okay, so this is email, and I want to appear this as email ID. So this is the actual value. The query will look for this value in the table to get the value from the table, and then this is the alias I'm giving. Okay, so now if I run it, right now, let's say I want to give something like full name.
So can we write like this?
Can we write like this means?
Like select first name.
Let me finish it, then I'll take a query. Okay, just hold on.
Okay. Okay.
So now you see, I want to appear as full space name. I want it to appear as full space name. Now, when I want to appear like this, now, okay, so what it assumes is, okay, this is your data from table. This is the data from table, correct? And this is the alias, which is fine. But then it has got third parameter, right? It only can take two parameters, the content from the table and the alias that you want to give. From where are you getting the third parameter? What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. In fact, these two together is second parameter only, right? We want alias to appear as full space name. This is where you use double quotation. Okay, double quotation. You can use email space ID. So if you have two values to give as one anywhere, two values to give, because space is treated as separate parameter, isn't it? Separate value. So if you want to put them together, so you put them in double quotation. You see, you get full name, you get email ID. Yes, Avi, tell me what you are saying.
So like select first name
Select first name.
and space name.
Of course, you can do that.
No, sir. Still not completed. And comma, last name, last from HR.employees.
Last name.
Space last
Uh-huh.
from HR.employees.
Yes, you can do it now.
But showing error something.
See, when I'm doing, I'm not supposed, I don't want you to practice along with me, right? Okay. So you focus on what I'm telling.
Yes, sir.
See, you're getting it, no? Right?
Okay.
It works. It works.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay. Now let's say, okay. So let's, take this one only, and let's say where salary is greater than 7,000. Okay. Now I want to add one more condition. So in Python, if you have to add more condition to if, else, or for, condition basically, in while condition or if condition, what do we do when you have to add more than one condition together?
And
And or
Logical operator, and or
logical
not, right? Two operator means and or, depending upon your logic, what you want to achieve, right? And means both conditions have to be true. And means
true.
both conditions have to be
Both
true
condition have to
to
be
get
true.
it true. Or means even one condition is
One
true.
of one of them should have true.
Exactly. Right? So which one do you think will give more result? And will give more result, or when you say more result, when I say more result, it means number of rows. Okay, result is the number of rows that you are getting. Okay. So do you think and will give more number of rows, or will give more number of rows?
or.
Or will give.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because and means any one of the condition, but
Uh,
in or means both
or
the conditions.
What is this, Abhi? Your answer is correct, but explanation is exactly opposite.
No, sir. If and what we are keeping and means any one of the conditions should be true.
No, that is
Means
or. Or means any one of the condition to be true.
yeah,
And may both the conditions should have true.
Yes, and both.
yeah, both the
But
conditions.
And we will
both
not
means
getting
only you
more
get
rows
less
in.
result. Okay. See, if I tell you, get me A and B. So if A and B is there, only then you will be able to give me. If B is not there, also you can't give me. If A is not there, also you can't give me. Correct?
Huh.
So
Yeah.
let's say if I tell you to get biryani and pulao to me. So, and so you have to get both only. Otherwise, you'll be keep searching different shops to get both.
Hmm.
Right? So and will give you less result, isn't it? Because you're expecting both the values to be true.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, if I say or means anyone. So or as you said, correct. Answer is correct. What you said, or will give more result. But explanation is exactly reverse. Ulta you said. Okay, or is like any condition. Even one condition is true, it is true. But or both has to be true. So if I say uh, there's something called as department. Okay, so let's see the department values here. Department ID, right? So let's say 100 I say. So when I say salary greater than 7,000 and department ID equal to 100, let's say. Okay. So now if you run, so you're looking for only for people who works for department ID 100 and salary is more than 7,000, both conditions, right? So these are the
Yeah.
people, okay. And I mean, again, if you want to see, you can put them here. Okay, so here if you see, both salary is more than 7,000 and department is 100, right? Now, if I take the same condition and if I say or here,
Or
here,
then you will get more rows.
you will get more rows because people will be from different ones. See, 90 also we are
Yeah.
getting,
Yes.
60 also we are getting.
Yes.
And
Because
if you,
salary is.
and if you go to
Uh,
100, do you see? 100, so 100,
yes.
6,900 also we are getting.
Hmm. Because 100 is right.
So 100 is right. So there in that case, salary doesn't matter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um, okay, let's go here and try it. Let's focus on null values. We have not tried null, right? Commission percentage. Okay, so now I want, let's take same table. Okay, and I'm going to say where your commission percentage. Okay, so let's add commission percentage also. Commission percentage, okay, is null or is not null. Okay, so is null. So see, and this is what we were doing in okay, or we will do in pandas also. Okay, when we are doing data visualization, we will try to see if a column has null values or not. Right. So this is how you start giving the values. So now it says is null. Right. So all is null is appearing here. If say is not null, right, then you will get all not null. So 35 rows are there which does not have null. Okay. You can also say okay. Can you say that? No. But can I say not equal to? Okay. Can you do that? No. Because null is not a number or a text.
Huh.
So you cannot
Right.
say, okay, commission percentage is equal to null or not equal to null.
Not equal to null. You
Okay.
can't put condition.
Correct. If it was number, then it's fine.
Yeah.
So for example, okay. So instead, if I say department ID not equal to 100. Okay. So you will not get on numbers, and on text you can do it. Text also you can do it.
So it's not equal to means greater than less than symbol is not equal to.
Yes. Yes. So it means it is greater also or less also, but definitely not equal to. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can use it for text also. So I'll select same example and I'm going to say and. Okay. And this is your last name. Last name equal to single quote. And I say 2 volt. I said equal to, so obviously it means only one record should be displayed. Right? Now, if I make t small, it will not work. Okay? Because text, it will match exact text.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you can say not equal to here. Not equal to also you can say. Okay. Now, let's say I want to display everyone with first name as A. So, where department not equal to this and first name like, okay, like, and then you say quotation a percentage. Percentage means any number of characters after a. Any number of characters after a, I don't care, but first letter has to be a, capital A. Okay, first letter has to be capital A, followed by whatever, I don't care. So let's see if this gives any result or not. So see, first name is right. Amit, Alexis, Anthony, Alberto. These are the names. Now, what I say it can begin with any letter, but it should have at least one small a in between. So now it can be any letter before a and any number of letter after a. Any means zero also possible. So something that ends with a also possible. So let's put it separately. Okay, this is also possible. All will have a somewhere. Okay, double T. So if I give double T, that means double T should be together, not okay, TT. And you can give percentage in between. Percentage means the name should have double 2T anywhere, together or doesn't matter, it's not together also, it's fine. If it has double T, okay, it'll give you. So see, Matt has double T, this Janet has double T. In fact, all has together only. But if it is not together also, it is possible.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how this works. Now we'll talk about something called as order by. Okay. So now see, when you run these reports or this thing, the data that is presented here will be presented in the format that it is entered in the table, right? So let's say if you run this, okay. So here you have Steven, Nina, Lex, Alexander, okay, in this way. So now let's say, okay, so when I run this query, okay, I will get in same order. Let's say if the report gives Alexander, so Alexander come first. Then let's say report gives Wally, Wally will come second. Now let's say report gives Dinah, then Dinah will be third. Okay. It goes through each row and chooses to, it checks whether it should be included or not. Should be included or not. Should be included or not. Okay. Okay. So now if you do not want that order or you want to have your own order, so we have something called as order by. Okay. So where department not 100. Okay. And I'll say order space by first name. You see, now it has sorted in first name. Adam, Elena, Alberto,
It's
Alexander.
alphabetical order, it will what, sir?
Any order. Okay. If it is alphabet, it will take alphabetical order. If it is number, it will take numerical order.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have taken the first name, sir, so that.
Yes, yes. So first name is alphabet, right? So that's why it's giving alphabetical order. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Or if you want in reverse order, you want Z to A. So you say DESC, descending. DESC stands for descending order. You see, WT and A will be at the end. Okay, you can change the order in which you want to display. Okay. Now let's say you want to order on two values. Okay. So let's say I want to order first on department ID. So first I'll get 50. Okay. Or even we have 20 or 30 also. First 30. Okay. And within department, I want to order in terms of first name. Okay. So first I want to order in department ID, then by name. So first I'll put department ID here. And now when you run it, you see, first you get 10, then two 20s you get. Now in 20s, you see, Michael M will come first, then Pat will come second. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. In 30, you're getting A first, D, then G, and then K, then S. Right? So first
Yes.
it is sorting in department ID, then it is sorting in the name. Because first I give department ID, then I give name. If you give name first, okay, so if they are duplicate first name, okay, if they are not duplicate first name, then department ID doesn't make any sense. But if they are duplicate first name, then the one which has lower department ID will appear first, and then the next name will appear. Okay. Now let's say I want commission. Okay. Okay. So you're getting. Okay. So see, this is doing this order. So whether you get null or not doesn't matter, right? Now I want null first. Okay. So okay, let me do one thing. Let me simply run this query. Okay. Select query. Okay. Now commission percentage, of course, is based on the data that is entered, right? Now, I want all nulls to come first. So how do you order? You say order by, right? So order by. Now I want this commission percentage. Okay. Commission percentage, nulls first. Let's see if it works. Yes. You see, before towards the end, we had some values. If you okay, you have some not but what I said first null. So it will filter out. So first null values will be printed, and when you go beyond this, you will see not null values. Okay. Now if I just do percentage here, order by percentage. You see what it did? It first printed the percentage and then all the nulls. So it is in increasing order, isn't it? 0.1, 0.2, 0.2. Since null is not same as 0, correct? Null is not same as 0. So that's why null is filtered out. That's why you get at the end. So first it will put it increasing order of values, and then you will get null here. Did you get it?
Yes, got it.
Now, even if you do descending,
Okay.
even then, so now you
Mhm.
got what? Null became first,
See, first, yeah.
right? But your percentage would also be in decreasing order. First will be 0.9, then 0.8, then 0.7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like that. Right? But if you want smaller to be first, but then null to be at the end, then you say nulls first or don't give first. It will put at the end. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we have seen greater than, okay, we have seen not equal to, so greater than you can know, right? Okay, you can see greater than all those things. We'll do a couple more examples and then we will end here. Now let's say department ID will be the best one. Okay, so we'll take this example. Now I want department ID not equal to 100, right? These things you know. Um, Department ID greater than 100. Department ID less than 100. Department ID equal to 100. Right? These things you know, right? So not equal to 100, everything except 100. Correct? Greater than 100, I think it, yeah, I think we have 110, 120. Yeah, 110. Okay. Less than 100 means you'll have less than 100, right? Equal to 100 means it is equal to 100, right? So we'll stop here for today. Tomorrow I'll talk about other, few more conditions that we can put here. Okay.
Yes, sir.